Select once again. Game number 3. mTw.NA and the Legion here for the IPL Face Off. And immediately, the Karthus, the Rumble. TF once again. I have a feeling he's going to be a very popular dude for pretty much all weekend.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the case. And you know, I'm curious. I didn't get to see how TSM did in their stream, but I know in one of the games they pulled out the TF, and Reginald he's kind of been struggling with the TF, but they were able to make it happen. So you know, really nice job there. But yeah, we'll see what they go with. Same bans basically. So you know, Shen actually skipping out of the ban, so he made it out.
Hey, that's weird. Yeah, he's made it out. But he's been banned game 1, game 2. Escaped here. Karthus, Rumble, Nunu. Here's the thing. Cassiopeia is still not banned. Maokai being banned once again still. Yeah. Rumble is Rumble. He is a bit of a problem. Let's face it.
Yeah, no, that's you know, Rumble is a very strong champion, but I think you know Legion, they could have considered picking him up, but they decided they didn't want to. They wanted to force out either the Shen or the Nunu, so they're able to grab that. You know, mTw, they had the choice, Maokai or Shen, and Loudamortis, he's very strong with his Maokai, so they will ban that out. Vladimir is going to be going top, though. It could potentially be a Vladimir mid, but really nice picks for mTw as well. And having the Nocturne to counter out that Shen global presence is definitely going to be huge.
Plus also you got the level 6, you got the ganks. I mean, he's just a wonderful guy to have. If there's someone squishy on the back line you really need to get to, like right now. Plus also Vlad, we've been seeing quite a bit of him today as well. Wonderful damage in there. You get farmed, you get huge, you hurt quite a bit. But it will be a top lane Shen because we got Skarner being picked up here by Legion.
Yeah, and so they're actually leaving open their bottom lane, but it kind of decides what kind of team comp they're running. So, we'll see. They can be very aggressive with the Skarner. Like having that Shen follow-up, it will allow them to have some nice tower dives and whatnot. And Gragas is incredibly powerful in the mid lane. We've seen, Wild Tortoise play Gragas before for Legion. And a number of people are starting to pick him up once again. I feel like Gragas, he's fallen out of favor, or he did for a time. But now with some of the other AP champs, being nerfed a little bit or not quite being as popular, I think Gragas has a huge opportunity to come back because he's such a strong champion. He can farm with the best of them. He can easily win mid-game fights. The issue with Gragas, late game, he has high cooldowns. He has short cooldowns when you look at, his ultimate. It's like you can spam it out. But in a team fight, if you don't hit someone with your barrels, then you don't have enough follow-up damage. In late game, teams get a little bit too tanky for the Gragas barrels. They spread out a little bit more, so he misses out on a lot of that. It's kind of a skill matchup, but we'll see where they go with it. mTw going with the Anivia, really strong pick. I actually haven't seen Mandatory Cloud play a lot of Anivia, but that'll definitely work out well in that mid lane. You can kind of stall off against some of Legion's aggression.
And mTw, they didn't have the Ezreal game number 2, but they will have it here for game number 3. And here's the thing, the Sona is still available here. I'm not quite sure if Legion is actually going to pick her up here. They may just actually allow mTw to have it, but that's the thing though. You do have the Skarner, you do have the Gragas, you got Shen in there with the taunt. I'm not sure if Sona's great.
Sona would work perfectly with their comp right now, and having the movement speed with Skarner, that's a really nice combo, but also gives them a lot of kiting potential, and that's one thing that's nice with Gragas. But they are going to go with Leona actually. So Leona can be very aggressive as well as Ashe, and I love the Ashe Gragas combo. The two of them, no, you hurt me, you cut me deep. But Corki and Leona is a very strong bottom lane. So here's the issue with running the Ashe and Leona is you have a lot of CC, but you don't have a lot of follow-up damage. So it's actually not a very strong lane, like when the two of them are together. It's just that you would be using the Ashe to get out of the mid game. But Corki and Leona is a very strong kill bot lane. We'll see how they go against this. Sona would work, but the issue with Sona is she's very vulnerable to Leona. If once Leona's 6, you can kind of pick up a kill every single time your ult's up because you can just chase down Sona. But they are actually going to go with the the Lulu. So nice pick there. One of the nice things with the Lulu is Lulu's harass in lane is phenomenal, and she's going to be able to put some pressure onto Leona, try and wear her down. If you get Leona low in a kill bot lane, then all of a sudden they're not going to be able to do anything. Like Nubish will just be scared basically because if he goes in, he's going to die.
Yeah, plus a slow onto Leona is a little bit devastating there too because you get caught, you can't quite connect, you can't get that walk up, you can't get that Q, you really just can't connect with the combo really. So that harass should be fine, but I also think there might be a little bit of worry running in the minds of Legion, or we know the reputation with Muppet Cutie and Leona. Do we really want to give it to him?
Yeah, and I think they have to know the reputation of the Ezreal Lulu combo with Aframu and Muffin Cutie, though, too. That's a really strong combo for them. They can definitely put a lot of pressure on that bottom lane. The harass is phenomenal, but yeah, Aframu playing Ezreal, one of his strongest champions. And we'll see how he can kind of control the game. I don't know. We'll see. The big thing is that with the Anivia, they can stall out pushes and they can, kite out Gragas. The stall is going to be particularly strong. So as long as they force further and further into late game, they should be looking pretty good.
Yep, so we should be heading on into this one pretty quick. And also, hey, remember, too, we got 2 streams going on this weekend. So remember, Singapore Sentinels and Curse is also going on our main stream as well, IGN.com/IPL. You can get all the information for the IPL TV there. But we got a whole bunch of stuff going on this weekend. Do make sure you stay tuned for everything we got for you today. And then remember, after these sets of matches, too, we're going to be heading to main stage, man.
Yeah, no,
we're going to be the big
finally we'll
auditorium.
be up there. But
get out of this closet.
The big thing is, have you guys? I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you haven't, go check it out. Garena, they posted a Singapore Sentinels video, and it was incredible. Like, I think everyone that watched it all of a sudden is a huge Singapore Sentinels fan, and it was definitely a lot of fun to watch. I'm trying to remember Serious Business. So YouTube search Garena Serious Business Singapore Sentinels. Check it out. I'm looking forward to seeing them later. But we'll have to see, how Legion can try and take control of this game, because mTw, they have a very safe team. Like, it's going to be tough for Legion to force fights. However, if they can, Legion has a lot of pick-off potential with Gragas, with Skarner. They can very quickly pick up some kills.
But with this, we are now in a lot of pings actually going down from Legion. I think they want to get some defensive wards going and then go for an invade on the red. But if you look at mTw, though, they kind of have the same mentality, but sans ward. So that's the thing, too. Noobish getting that ward over down by the Wraiths. They're going to be a little bit safe. They're going to have a little bit more data if they are going to be invaded, which they are. But look at mTw going straight on in. They're hiding, hugging that wall. Want to make sure that no one's standing guard inside that tri-brush, and they're going to make their way and snake on through to the red. Right now, Legion, they're waiting for Noobish to catch on up. Did not get the boots, did get the Fairy Charm, so it's going to be a little bit slower. But Legion, they want to go ahead and secure their invade as well.
Yeah, both teams are going to be very safe here, so we'll see, how they kind of resolve this, if both are just going to actually exchange reds here for a second. But no, they actually walk off, so there should be some pings coming any second now. There they go. They do, catch them in that ward there, and actually mTw, pinging out, so trying to find Legion. Can't quite get the advantage that they like. Legion actually warding the reds, so they're going to have a nice, vision advantage over Xmithy. They're going to be able to keep a track on him, and we'll see, because Legion, Sol, Nocturne walk through their ward. They probably expect that there's a ward down by their Wraiths bush. So with that ward by their Wraiths bush, Skarner might actually take the long way around, try and get back. But no, Xmithy, he's going to go straight in. So he wants to steal these Wraiths. They might actually steal the red as well, though I expect he'll probably transition over to the blue. But
look at top lane. Look at this strat here coming on in. Look who's hiding. Look who's hiding, waiting for a nice convenient ambush here top lane. But, do Aframu and Muffin Cutie have the same idea? Are they also going to be going top?
Yeah, it seems that both lanes are actually doing a swap here, but Corkill and Leona, they're going to look for that quick kill. Noobish, he hasn't leveled up anything yet, and I'm not sure that they have enough killing potential against Ezreal, but they can still set him far behind. The taunt into the flash stun, and actually the quick burst. DemonLol is able to pick up that kill.
Beautiful! Absolutely beautiful, the coordination on that. The taunt right into the stun, the chain. Fantastic coordination. It is a work of art. It is amazingly beautiful.
A really impressive play from Legion there, being able to force an early advantage. They do have to worry about the fact that they're giving Vladimir a little bit of a lead down in the bottom lane, but the lead that Corki has is well worth it. And Corki versus Vladimir is actually a very strong lane in Corki's favor, which is why it's kind of surprising that mTw's started off in this way. I think, I don't know, we'll have to see how that kind of progresses, because Corki actually could solo Vladimir, and we've seen that in the past. If you play AD top Corki, Corki tends to beat Vladimir. Now now when you have Leona as well, that's a lot of kill potential. So, Balls will have to play pretty safe, but he is pushing into them. So he's gotten his minions. He's able to back out of there. And the flash from Leona is down, so he knows that there's not going to be a follow-up. Though Noobish just hitting level 2 might go in, though they would have to contest with a very large minion wave.
And remember that champs with a lot of sustain like Vlad, inherent sustain like Vlad, one of the things they really do suffer at is that true damage works very well against them. And fortunately enough, Corki, he's got that kit. He does do a little bit every time he gets in on there. But keep in mind though, Vlad at times he can be very safe. He does have the pool available to him, but the stun does manage to hit. But pool right before the Valkyrie ends, Demon Will can only get so much damage in. There is a laugh as he emerges from the pool, but that is a Vlad at half health. That is Balls, who's going to be forced at his tower. He's probably going to be backing as well to try and get something so he can actually stick around for a little while longer.
Yeah, that's going to be a very difficult lane. He's probably going to pick up like a Doran's or something. No, actually just going straight for the Amplifying Tome. But we'll have to see how he's going to try and control that lane, because it's going to be tough. Every time that Vlad is going to try and get off a transfusion, Corki's just easily going to win that matchup. In the meantime, Loud Mortis actually stealing the red from Nocturne, and he's coming up into the top lane. Cruiser with the taunt there. They actually might have the follow-up damage, and Muffin Cutie getting caught out of position. Loud Mortis chasing him down if Cruiser can get the taunt, but he switches onto Aphromoo. Aphromoo will have the Arcane Shift. The exhaust goes down onto Loud Mortis with the flash as well, trying to pick this up. They're going to dive this, and there it is, another kill. And that is like at least 5 nices worth of kills.
5 nices worth of flashes all said and done. But Smithy, though, the speed buff coming in from Lou. He's got the flash. He wants to kill on the Loud. The Fear Tether will break because of the taunt from Cruiser, keeping him still. Wonderful coordination again from Legion.
Yeah, really nice job from Legion pressuring mTw early on, and that Skarner pick, we've seen how strong Skarner can be recently. So we'll see how Loud Mortis can continue to pressure the game. But now having Shen have an advantage. Shen is very strong in the 1v2 situation, whereas Vlad's pretty weak, so they have a serious issue here. Leona, in the meantime, going to tank the turret a little bit as Balls is taking a lot of damage from Demon Law, and they can just continue to pressure them in the bot lane.
Yep, and Noobish can go ahead and place wards like the one he did over in that Tri-Brush, because the pressure is so great, because the minions are so far pushed up. And Balls, I mean, he's not really going to be focusing on damage, he just wants to live. But meanwhile, who's getting hurt? Wild Turtle is there, taking a lot of harass from Mandatory Cloud, and out of mana, has no option. He's going to have to back, he's going to need to recover. But he hopefully can pick himself 1 and maybe even 2 Doran's rings, hopefully, so he can keep that mana regen up, be a little bit more healthy. Actually going for the Blasting Rod.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be really strong. I was kind of thinking he would go for either a Cages or a couple of Dorans, because that's kind of more of a common Gragas build. But Blasting One's definitely a strong item. Like, I'm not going to question him at all, because Gragas, he's just planning on sitting there and farming, and he's going to do that very easily. It gives him a little bit more kill potential, having that Blasting One. He loses out on some spammability, but because they already have an early lead, they don't have to worry about losing their blue so much. So he knows he's going to have a safe blue. We'll see if they can actually pressure this blue, because Mandatory Cloud, he actually hasn't gone back yet. He's sitting in lane at very low HP, very low mana, and his blue is going to spawn in another 30 seconds. So if Wild Tortoise pushes into Mandatory Cloud, he could actually stall Mandatory Cloud from recalling, and that could open up an opportunity for Legion to steal the blue while Nivea's back in base. That
is going to be still another minute left to go, though, until those blue buffs start, until the buffs start respawning, period. But until that time, though, you do have Xmithy showing, he's going down bot. That actually does get spotted out by that ward in a Tri-Brush, but you're realizing, it's still, if I come in, it's going to be only a 2v2 situation, and it's not still the best math in the world. But Balls is now 6. He does have the ultimate. In case he does get dove, he can at least put up a good fight in the process. Cruiser doing pretty good on his own top lane. He does have that cloth armor. He wants to sustain a little bit more. It's also not too uncommon to see a Doran shield or 2, but he should probably start to, he'll more than likely end up building into health just very soon, just so he can stay up there a lot longer and scale a little bit better with his stuff.
Yeah, so we'll see how mTw can try and respond. They do have fairly safe lanes, and Vladimir now, he is starting to get deeper into his build. He's getting a little bit further along, so he should be able to take advantage of that. The big thing is that Corki isn't able to get an experience advantage or anything because it's a 1v2, so we'll see how they can pressure that. In the meantime, Gragas going to pick up his blue. That's definitely going to be nice for him to have that spam ability, and one nice thing with the Gragas versus Anivia is not only can you very quickly egg Anivia, but then you have the follow-up damage to take her down, which not a lot of burst casters do, and particularly if Skarner comes in, they could definitely get some kills there. So we'll have to see how they can pressure Mandatory Cloud in the mid.
There is the blue right there on the Fat Man. Mandatory Cloud does not have his quite yet, though, but damn, that's a lot of burst already, though.
Yeah, Nivea's frontline damage is just fantastic, and that's definitely a vulnerability of Gragas. But actually, they catch out Nubish. He is pinging, so they do spot him now, and he's trying to get out of there. But Skarner, in the meantime, making his way up top. Nubish has an awkward retreat path, but is able to juke out that Flash Frost. So now all he has to deal with is the fear, but the wall as well, and the Shen ultimate. So they're going to be able to fight this. Skarner coming in as well. There's the taunt, the Gragas ultimate. Xmithy goes down. The follow-up from DemonLol. Mad Balls as well over the wall, but the flash from DemonLol. They're going to be able to pick up this kill, and then the pullback from Lauda Mortis into Cruiser. They grab another kill. So all of a sudden, a 3-for-0 exchange for Legion. Fantastic play, being able to turn that around.
Legion will grab 3 kills on that. They're going to grab the Dragon too. But oh no, here comes the Ezreal. Leona! Oh, it completely misses. Never mind.
Oh, wow. All right. But yes, they're going to be able to... I love the reaction there.
I was like, no, Ezreal! Okay, never mind.
But they're able to pick up the Dragon here, and 5-0 advantage for Legion right now over mTw. mTw is going to be able to pick up that top turret, but they are really falling behind in this game, and the mid-game for Legion is phenomenal. Like, that's where Legion is planning on shining, in the mid-game.
Yes.
Anivia can stall off. Like, Anivia is one of the best, stallers in the game. Both offensively and defensively, she's very strong when you're in lane situations because of her clearing capabilities and the wall. So that is a nice advantage for mTw, but for mTw. But they're going to have to watch out because Legion, they're starting to reach their prime in this game.
Yeah, right. That wall is actually going to be an extremely vital tool because remember, Skarner, Leona, Shen, they require to close the gap in order to get their CC on you and in order to make something happen. And that wall, perfectly timed in those fights, can delay just enough for them to get the response in and get the damage they need.
Yeah, so we'll see, what mTw can do to get back in this game. In the meantime, Ball's actually taking a lot of damage. Leona with the stun, the follow-up, the AoE, but the pull being able to miss the Leona ultimate. And Corki actually didn't have enough damage or mana. If DemonLol had full mana coming into that fight, he would have easily been able to take down Balls there, so they can just continue to pressure that bottom lane.
But beaten and a little bit bruised, though, Aphromoo and Muffin Cutie will come back down to the bot lane, to their home, to try and contest with the 3-0 Corki and the Nubish with 3 assists. And this is it's a little bit of a rough situation, but here's the thing, though. DemonLol is low on mana. That does give Aphromoo a little bit room to try and push back. But this is they're still at a disadvantage here, even though they swapped lanes.
Oh, but Anivia walking into Lauda Mortis, he is actually pretty low. Anivia with the wall off and the ignite, trying to get those auto attacks, needs 2 more. Can't quite finish it, but the Ezreal picks up the kill, grabbing the oracles. Very nice play from mTw there.
He redeemed himself there. He redeemed himself for not getting the Leona kill in the Dragon Pit.
Yeah, no, definitely. Aphromoo, I guess they'll allow him to stay on the team.
Yeah.
He's only a very strong AD carry, but he did miss the one Ezreal ult. But, really nice job picking him up. And that Oracles, it does set Lauda Mortis behind a little bit. He doesn't need a lot of gold on Skarner, but even so, it cuts away into their gold lead. So, we'll see if that kind of helps mTw get back, because if Lauda Mortis doesn't rebuy, they could lose a lot of that map control that they currently have.
I don't believe he did, though. So yeah, but he's got that move 5 boots. Opted to go for those first instead of going for the usually grab the quick Shirelles instead. But with that was the key, though. You see, like Alistar's even, you get that move 5 boots, you get those early oracles, and not only are you able to clear the wards, but because you have all that extra mobility coming in, it helps. It helps immensely.
Oh, but the flash ultimate from Lauda Mortis, the follow-up from Gragas, the quick ultimate as well. Mandatory Cloud does go down. Nocturne with the paranoia, but not able to get in there. And I will say something. Despite even though they're already ahead, there is definitely something that Legion provides, and it's a lot of entertainment with this team. DemonLol trying to chase them down. The Shen ultimate on the Muffin Cutie, the taunt, but the Lulu ultimate actually perfectly timed counters it out. Doesn't matter. Still goes down.
And there you go, Nubish trying to get away from Aphromoo. There's a lot of burst damage coming in from that Ezreal, but Nubish needs to be careful. Here comes the ult. No, nice. Nubish recognizing, oh man, this is bad.
Yeah,
this is really bad.
Trying to time it and figure out where Nubish was going to be going.
But with that Cruiser, though, does make his appearance known behind the turret. Is like, hey, this turret's ours. Don't come back and get it. It's going to be gone by the time you come back. As usual, don't do it, because I'm still here with that taunt.
Yeah, so we'll see how mTw can try and come back. DemonLoL pressuring the bottom lane. Vladimir, he is going to be able to start farming in the top, and that's going to be huge. But one of the difficulties that mTw is going to face is that Legion, they have a team that can split up very easily. You know, Gragas and Leona, yes, they're in the... sorry, Skarner and Leona, yes, they'll be in the front line, but Gragas will be safe in the back. And while Xmithy is trying to take this blue, Wild Tortoise is setting up for the steal. Cruiser with a taunt, can't quite reach it.
Barrel will not be getting anything from there, but Legion has successfully forced mTw out of their stuff. And now blue buff will be secured. The Fat Man should be grabbing that, taking that back with him once again into the mid to see if he can't throw another keg onto the bird. Chill down those drinks a little bit. Actually, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like, you know what? My drinks, my beverages need to be chilled. I need some ice. Oh, look what we have here in the mid.
Yeah, no, that's always a nice thing. Gragas is definitely partying and Wang Chunging and everything tonight.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll see how they can continue to push
and he's got a party hat for himself now too, because he finished that death cap first.
Fancy Pants McGee giving me a dirty look for the cheese that's coming on here. But
Wild Turtle now has his party hat. He's got his death cap. He's going to be able to just make everyone enjoy the party just as much as he is in this moment. Also got a Doran's Ring and a ward just for good measure as well. And that is just a lot of damage coming in from Gragas so early on in this game. On the 15th minute, how much does his ult do? It's got to be quite a bit.
It's a really impressive amount. 600.
600.
Yeah, that's a serious
600
issue.
magic damage.
In the meantime, Loud Mortis is going for the blue steal. Mandatory Cloud, he has actually the position on the other side, and they might be able to force this, but Leona zoning them off a little bit while Gragas is coming in as well. So they're going to try and steal this. If they can keep that off of blue off of Anivia, that could be huge.
And with Wild Tortoise busting his belly over that wall, they should be able to secure it just fine on his own. And Anivia recognizes, I do not want to be screwing with that. And Mortis goes ahead, picks him up for himself. And with that, Legion can just go ahead and continue their little squad here, roaming on through, grabbing all these objectives. But like you mentioned before, Balls, he's on his own here. He's all on his own, all by his lonesome here, top lane, getting his free farm on. And the longer Legion decides to do this, the longer they try and roam as a 5 to try and grab all these objectives, that's more time that Balls is getting to himself to farm. And that could be very dangerous later on.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Vladimir will look to do later as the game progresses. Just continue to split push, continue to farm, so he can get up that AoE damage. But the issue is going to be that Shen very easily counters out Vladimir's split push and can then regroup with the team. So as a result of Vladimir sitting up top, Legion's going to be able to pressure map objectives very easily. Not that mTw would really have a lot of say in the matter anyway, with the early lead that Legion has. But I don't know, we'll see. They will be able to take down this bot turret, though, with the minion wave pushing up, and then continue to pressure them around the map.
Legion with their pressure, with Noobish and DemonLoL here down bot, they can finish what they started here in the bot lane, take out that turret, and a nice missile to the face of Aphromoo as they walk away. Wild Tortoise, though, could be cleared. A nice barrel down on a Mandatory Cloud, but recognizing that the Nocturne is not too far away, even though he is a little low on mana, he can only do so much, and they said back off, and Wild Turtle can just go ahead and continue his farm.
Yeah, that's the big thing. He only had enough for the paranoia.
Yeah.
So if he had tried to engage on Gragas, not only would Gragas be able to body slam out of there, but there would be no fear follow-up. So there was really no point in Xmithy pressuring him. So as a result, Wild Tortoise was able to be very aggressive in that mid lane, and just constantly pressure the turret.
And so Muffin, Cutie, and Aphromoo, they want to do some counter pushing on their own. They want to keep the wave up. They want to deny some of the farm, so might as well just go ahead and push it to tower. But DemonLoL is alas there. Should be able to wipe up that wave pretty easy. Balls wandering away from top. I think he's going to be going back to buy just a little bit, and he does have his revolver. He's looking to build into more AP, more damage. He's got those cooldown boots as well, so he just wants to make sure that he's still relevant in these fights. Mandatory Cloud is a little paranoid, though. Throws down the wall, wants to know if anyone's nearby. Wild Turtle, that barrel, very short cooldown, free damage from a distance is pretty easy to do.
Yeah, no, it's really nice pressure. In the meantime, Cruiser in the bottom lane gets off the, can't quite get in, so it doesn't get off the taunt. But now Legion, they are transitioning over to the mid, so, they can try and pressure them some. That Gragas barrel is on a very short cooldown. Mandatory Cloud will be able to stall a little bit, but he doesn't have enough mana. He doesn't have the blue buff, so after a couple of minion waves, he's going to run out while they're just constantly pressuring him.
He got the stun real quick, and are we looking for a pull? Mortis, he
in the
is out
meantime,
in front.
there's a fight over by the blue, and Cruiser does take down DemonLoL, actually picking up Lulu.
Oh, nice!
Leona as well, and the follow-up, they pick up a second kill. Aphromoo does go down.
Wow.
And now with a 5-3 advantage, they can easily put some pressure on that base.
Yeah, there's really nothing mTw can do at this point. Just let Legion do whatever they want until their teammates come back up. It's like, you know what, just take our tower, just don't, take our home. Just don't do it quite yet. Wait for everyone to come back first. But Mortis still has the Impale available. Could still hook someone in if they're brazen enough to try and fight this. Mid tier 2 will go down. The minion wave is sufficient. They can still get some free damage onto the tier 3, if not take it. If the pressure's enough, if mTw is a little bit scared to go on this, and rightly so, going down very quickly to tier 3 in mid. Minions, you can do it. And there you go. There you go.
Yeah, just barely picking it up there. But the big thing is they knew they had enough time before everyone was recalled or was respawned, so they're able to pick that up. It's a little bit too early in the game, and mTw doesn't have a very good Baron team. So even though Legion's planning on going back, there's not a whole lot of opportunities for mTw to pressure them. They can push down the mid though, and so that's pretty common when someone's recalling out of there. Push down the mid. Aphromoo using his ultimate to clear out the waves so they can get in there just a little bit quicker. So they should be able to take this down.
And even if they do, it's still a net gain for Legion. It's like, oh well, we lost our tier 1. Well, you lost your 2 and 3. We're still out ahead in the mid, and we can just go ahead and just use the opportunity to go back and shop a little bit. Granted, DemonLoL is going to get a little bit of damage while the turret goes down, but it's nothing mTw can't go back home and put some band-aids on and come back into battle with.
Yeah, so they will back off, but we'll see whether or not Legion just decides to push down the wave, because without the turret there, it will be difficult for Mandatory Cloud to stall, particularly if Legion just bullies their way into the base. So they can just push up, try and take down that mid inhibitor, and get some advantages there. But first off, they're going to want to get some momentum on the lane. So Corki coming down bottom, actually backing off for a second to grab that red, but we'll see how they continue to pressure mTw. The big thing for mTw though, they can stall off, and they just need to stall until they hopefully get a good initiation from Nocturne into Vladimir, and that's kind of Nocturne's goal. Is if he gets tanky enough, he can just force a fight, and then Vladimir, almost getting the wall off from Wild Turtus. He can force a fight, jump in the middle of the team, and then when Legion hopefully all clumps around him, then you have the Vladimir ultimate for the follow-up. You have, Anivia as well. But we'll have to see. I mean, they can also play defensively with Anivia, try and kite back, but their main goal is to pick people off.
Blue is being grabbed,
the
but possibly being contested. Wow. Wow, very well done. Nice barrel over the wall to go ahead and grab that one. And the ult, like as I mentioned before, it's not done too long of a cooldown, so might as well use it. The Shirley is being popped. There is no turret to stop him. Ward going down there for Legion, but the inhib, everyone from mTw is split. They're not here to defend us. The inhibitor should go down very quickly, but Shen is not with the team just yet, but he can ult in if things get a little bit hairy. Can you get the inhib? Now everyone from Legion a little bit split, and the Fear Tether's going down onto Nubish. May actually go down here, but doesn't manage to flash out, and Vladimir's going to be the first one to go down to DemonLoL. Right now, Mandatory Cloud, does he still have the egg? Yes, he does. He's still be ran, but in the meantime, Lulu does also fall in the fight. Aphromoo trying to poke down as much as he can, but DemonLoL there, once again, double kill for the Corki. Now the inhib will go down, and you know what? That's a 4 for free. Legion may just go ahead and push us for the win.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to. They're dropping the Nexus turrets very easily. Xmithy, not a lot that he can do. There's not enough of a respawn time. He does have some nice quick damage. He could burst down Nubish and Mortis as well as Wild Turtle, but the Nexus turret does go down. There's the kill onto Xmithy. They pick up the ace, and Legion picks up the series 2-1 over mTw. The Gragas ultimate. Get out of here. Madballs, he's actually trying to turn this around. Can he do it? He has the AoE damage, but Shen is perfectly fine.
And
Will
Cruiser
pick up the Nexus.
There we go. That is a quadra kill for the 4 balls, but you know what?
It's a Pyrrhic victory. He gets the quadra kill, but they lose the game.
Yeah.